A very warm welcome for yet another expert session that we have on the Vitrina podcast. Bejoy, pleasure having you today to speak to all of our members in the Vitrina community.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Atul, for having me here today. It's an honor to talk among everyone here today.
Thank you, and the honor is all ours and of our networks. So just as a quick introduction, Bejoy is joining us all the way from Chennai, India, and he is founder CEO of Phantom FX, and he's also a senior VFX supervisor in his professional capacity. So Bejoy, I mean, lots to cover, lots of ground to cover. Sort of wanting to hear all about the story and also how the whole sort of journey started for you. But before that, just for the benefit of our listeners, would love to understand a little bit of an elevator pitch of what Phantom FX does, and what are the areas of specialization. Your voice is going across to 72,000 listeners of ours, as well as readers who will typically sort of consume this either in transcript or as a video. And these are all sort of folks from the entertainment supply chain from 100 countries. It would be great to sort of get you started on a small elevator pitch about Phantom FX.
So Phantom is a post-production house, specializing in visual effects and animation. We are based out of India, but spread across 5 countries as of now. Phantom started with a small team of 4 members in a small rented apartment. Is now spread across 5 countries and 4 cities in India, including Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai, and Bangalore. And we are right now around 700 people across the globe. So we recently, acquired the very famous legendary studio called Tipper Studio, which is based out of the US. They have a legacy of 40 years, and they are the one. Phil Tippett is the founder of the Tipper Studio, and he's the one who directed Jurassic Park's dinosaurs. He's the animation director in that.
Wow.
And recently we launched our Chinese office as well. So that's our new extended arm, concentrating more on high-end Chinese films. Is the recent achievement of Phantom. And as we speak, we are expanding globally in other regions as well, Europe, and we are looking at Australia. So that is a small brief on what Phantom is doing right now in a net.
Fantastic. That's a great opening, and lots to double click on, both in terms of acquisition as well as your global launch and expansion, continued expansion. But one quick question which I also had was just in terms of what inspired the start of the journey. 2011 when you started this. What was that the one goal that you had, or the one opening that you saw at that point within
Visual effects is always my passion. It's my childhood passion, actually, to put it exactly. It was when I was a kid in my 8th grade, I think my school took me on a small excursion to watch this Jurassic Park film. So I should say that is where everything started. That sparked me. I was so amazed and thrilled to see all those dinosaurs walking across, and it was looking so real. And it really inspired me a lot, I should say. Then my brother would say, me and my brother were there at that on that school excursion, and he still says that that day you told me that someday I will be doing this. So I don't remember that, but of course, I decided, I should be doing this when I grow up, and that is what I think I'm right now doing. So this is my childhood passion, and I've been so persistent, and right from my childhood, all my journey and search and my passion is towards filmmaking and the art of visual effects. So I think that starts, that is where everything started. And after my high school, I decided I will further push my studies on this. I come from a very rural background of India. So at that time, even having a computer is in your home is a very big thing.
That's right.
So I'm the only one who had a computer in my whole community there. So I'm self-learned artist, and downloaded this help documents. By that time, like even internet is not that very famous here in India. So I had very limited options to study, and through help documents and through those very limited internet resources, I kept myself updated. I learned new skills and learned about the softwares is being used in the industry. That's how everything started, and I started doing some commercials in the local TV channels. Doing small animations for the commercials, and I direct commercials myself. I will come up with the concepts. I will direct commercials, and even sometimes I have even done voiceovers also. So that's how everything started. And then over the period, I decided I need to further look into the other areas other than commercial, because my passion was always towards creating creatures, all these fantasy elements and, environments and science fiction aliens and stuff. So commercials here in India doesn't have that kind of options.
That's right.
And still, the budgets are very small, and I never got an opportunity to try something. And so I decided I have to push myself beyond that. And then I decided to come to Chennai, the capital of Tamil Nadu. And here I, studied visual effects as my post-graduation course.
Oh, wow.
And I, stepped into I got an opportunity to work in a small animation studio. That is my first film in studio. So from there, I grow slowly. And by 2010, I was working with Prime Focus Limited as a CG head of department. But at that till 2010, there is no opportunity for us to work on any quality work yet, because the budgets in Indian films are very limited, and kind of work I wanted to do, I didn't have an opportunity to work on in Indian films, because we had limited budgets, limited time, and limited resources. So I decided I'll move out and work for Hollywood films in any Hollywood studio. I was applying from 2009 onwards. I was applying abroad, and I got shortlisted from one of the very big visual effects house in the world. Unfortunately, though I got the offer, they were not able to give me a visa immediately at that time. So just because I got an offer, I left the current job also with Prime Focus. So now I am jobless, and
Oh my God.
so I do something in my life. And then I thought, okay, let me do a consultation till I get my visa, because they said like the visa will be done in a short.
Right.
And I moved to Delhi, and I was working with a company and doing consultation there. And, suddenly on one night, I was in the middle of the night, exactly around 1 o'clock or something. I got a call from a director from US. He checked out my website. My website was created on 2008. That is meant for my online, my own portfolio. It's my own portfolio, and that is, the website name is Phantom Effects.
Okay. Interesting.
I wanted to have it as Fantasy Effects, but that name was already taken. Phantom is my childhood comic hero.
Of course.
So suddenly something struck me, and I thought, okay, let me have that as my website name. So at that time, I never thought I will, create a company and so. But that is just a name for my website. And this guy, he saw this website and my showreel and everything, and he asked me like whether your company will be interested to work on my film for as a visual effects supervisor and secure the visual effects for the film. Then I immediately said, yes, my company can do that. And that's how the idea of forming a company started. Successfully delivered around 600 shots. That's
Wow.
sitting there in Delhi, and working along with my friends here in Chennai and Mumbai, sending inputs through internet. And Then I got an spark. I thought, okay, let me continue doing this till I get my visa from this company. So I came back to Chennai, and I was working from my home here. And then I was, then I figured out I'm good with, talking with my clients. I'm clearly visualize what the director wants. I was very good creatively, and even I was good with business also. These are all things that I figured out, and then I thought, okay, let me, for time being, let me do this till my visa gets. Then I was working on a Canadian project where we were doing some minimal shots, and then the work, what we did, the client liked very much, and they said, the other vendors over they are working with is not that great. So they decided to, send across all the shots to us, and they asked whether we have the capacity.
Wow.
I said, okay, yes, we can do that. And then I decided, okay, let me set up a small team here in my place. I rented out a small apartment near my home, and then I bought second-hand tables and second-hand chairs, and so my idea is still to dismantle everything once the project is done, and if the visa
Right.
comes in, I can dismantle it, sell it out, and then fly away.
Right.
Plan. Uh, then we successfully, together everything. The team came here, and I set up a small infra to do all this work, and everything went well, and I realized that this is something I'm good at, managing a team, successfully delivering projects, pitching on projects, marketing and sales. It naturally came to me. So I thought, okay, let me try doing this for some more time, and that's how everything started. So what started as a small 14 member now has grown up to 700 people, and we are still counting on growing. We are having a bigger vision to become a global media group, and that is what Phantom is going towards.
That is a very, very inspiring account of the entire journey, actually, Bijoy. I mean, again, hats off just in terms of how the journey's actually progressed. Exactly to your point, right? There are so many aspects on how your passion comes across through that entire journey. But what really stuck out for me personally was to have seen Jurassic Park, been inspired to actually sort of go into VFX and then make an acquisition of a company whose founder and is from the same crew that created the dinosaurs. It's just fascinating. I mean, again, just there are lots of other aspects that are very inspiring, but to my mind, I think that kind of really sort of completes the entire circle.
That is what excited me when I got an opportunity to interact with the Tippett's crew.
Okay.
Though Jurassic Park and dinosaurs excited me to get into this industry, unfortunately, I never got an opportunity to work on any dinosaur films. Only I think now we are working on some, but before that, we never got an opportunity to work on a dinosaurs film. And it really excited me. And I have huge respect on Phil and his company and what they were doing. Still till now, there are so many projects that if it has a dinosaur, people just come to Tippett first.
Wow.
So, they have such a reputation for creating creatures, and they are very much specialized in creatures.
Incredible. Incredible. And so, a couple of other aspects that I wanted to understand then was that in terms of this entire growth of, from 4 people to 700, were there specific sort of big inflection points where sudden growth happened, or has it been very linear and very steady?
It was linear, every year we will be like growing around 30 to 40 people.
Okay.
And during the pandemic, there was a huge setback, and then we, bounced back. And after 2022, we saw sudden surge in the growth as well. Due to, because Phantom became a public limited, and we had a lot of resources in our possession.
Right.
And we were able to, acquire companies, and projects started flowing in. And so we had to expand rapidly. But I would say up to 400, 500 people, it was a very linear growth.
Fascinating. Fascinating. And then if you can also, I mean, for the benefit of our listeners and viewers as well, the key body of specialization that Phantom FX represents, what kind of work do you folks really love working on, which is also a massive specialization internally?
So Phantom, right from the very beginning, Phantom was founded for a reason that, what I wanted to achieve in my life, So it was founded out of passion for visual effects. So I never thought or never looked at Phantom as a business, but I looked at Phantom as my passion, as my brainchild. So right from the very beginning, Phantom focused on creative stuff only. So we never was a roto and prep service oriented business, but we were right from the beginning. We were a creative company. So my passion always was with creatures and all these fantasy elements, and so for that we had to specialize in CGI. So over the year we did that. We specialized in creating creatures and environments and effects and stuff. So right now I would say we have a very strong creature team, and we have a very strong art department where we envision concepts, and when we envision all these environments and stuff. So through that, we were able to create a lot of very good looking environments. So CGI is our strength, and all our clients who comes to us, come back to us for that expertise. There are certain projects which we are working for Netflix. Netflix allows us for what we do with our CGI abilities. So whenever there is a heavy CGI show, that definitely comes our way. So that is what Phantom is specializing in, right?
Okay. And since we are talking about Netflix and some of the projects, sort of recent body of work that you're really proud of and that you want to refer to.
Yeah, we recently worked on this Kandahar hijack Netflix film. I see it, I think.
Right.
So that film had a lot of aircrafts and stuff. So that all those CGI aircraft we did for Netflix, and they are very happy with, because that was done in a very short timeline. It went to another vendor, and unfortunately the company was in a trouble, and they pulled it back, and they sent it to us in the last minute, and we still managed to deliver with quality and on time delivery as well. And Netflix was so happy, and they appreciated us very much on the support, the kind of support that we did, and at the same time the quality and turnovers. So I would say that is a very recent challenging project, because it had a lot of CGI, and in a very short timeline we delivered. And so many similar projects are happening at the moment. A lot of CGI and stuff, and we're also working on a creature show. Couple of creature shows actually. One is a heavy creature show, and we recently worked on this Chinese film called Function 2 through Tibet. Almost 70% of work was done at Phantom. Almost 90% of CJ was done at Phantom.
Interesting.
I mean, when I mean Phantom, the whole team of Phantom.
That's right. That's
Out at Tibet is an extended arm of it. So, the client was happy. The quality that we turned out is very good. So, Phantom, right from the beginning, since we were established as a creative studio, we were able to pull it off. Like, it is not like, you can start something in last year and do something this year.
right.
It has to be embedded in the DNA. And with Phantom, it is in our DNA.
Okay, got it. No, that's fascinating, and I want to understand a little bit more about the Chinese expansion as well. But before that, one question which I had was, you talked about Netflix as a client. Any other sort of very strong regular clients that you want to talk about? Again, I know that you talked about 5 different countries where you already have offices. How's that regional expansion going, and any clientele there that you want to talk about? Again, I
cannot be much on the clientele, but we are working with almost all the major studios across the world, and most of them are repetitive clients, because it's a very small industry, as you know.
That's right. That's right.
We make them happy. Everybody knows. We screw them up immediately. Almost everyone knows immediately. So this is a very small industry, and we are working with almost everyone.
Okay.
As I said, Phantom never worked as a service model company. So we are directly working with almost all the production houses. We are delivering individual shows completely, certain films, certain bigger projects. We are, part of bigger projects with handling, a few sequences. So with the scale of 700, we were able to pull off many interesting sequence for a lot of international clients across the globe. Right now, we are working on a couple of shows which are creative, very creative and creature heavy shows.
And then the other aspect I was curious about was just the integration of this latest acquisition. What's the plan in that? Is that already fully integrated? Is it something that's in the works? How do you describe that?
Yeah, already, as I said, through Tippett, we already delivered a couple of major shows. The pipeline is almost integrated, and we are, with the Tippett's technology team and our technology team, we are still improving by writing our own tool sets, to integrate the pipeline well. So probably in another 6 months, we will have a fully functional and working pipeline with including AI tool sets implemented across the facilities.
Sure. So, in fact, I was going to come to AI, and I mean, there has been so much of development both on the AI side as well as gaming engines and computational engines, which now really are able to render very, very, very interesting imagery and video. I wanted to understand both. How do you see both of these aspects moving together? And then also from an AI perspective, what are you most excited about? What are you guys working on from that in that zone?
Yeah, when it comes to real time, it's been here for quite some time, and we have a very strong real time team. So with Unreal, we have successfully implemented Unreal and its pipeline into Phantom, and we have created a lot of environments, and we are also using it real time in our shooting on set, in our on-set applications. We are using it for live cams, simulcams. We are using it. We have quite a good extensive experience on on-site
Okay.
shooting experience. So we are implementing a lot of in a recent film called Ayala, and we captured characters live on set, and we saw them live on set. Uh, like there was an alien that we created, so we were able to visualize it live while we were shooting, and so we have implemented all the latest technology when it comes to real time. And we are also supporting a lot of other virtual production studios also by creating environments and stuff for them. And when it comes to AI, it's a new thing. It's a new vertical, and almost everybody are in their research phase right now. Nobody can claim that they have successfully implemented AI and pulled everything off. So it's like it is a very good tool for a test. So what Phantom is right now doing is we have we haven't created anything in AI, but we have successfully started using a lot of offline models available across the internet, and we have successfully implemented a lot of online offline models in our pipeline, and our research team is in the process of creating something unique for our own purpose. But right now we have successfully implemented a lot of AI offline models into our compositing tools, into our 3D tools. Recently we have launched our AI 3D model creators, where you just have to, give the photographs, and a basic model will be created out of those photographs.
Wow.
So it literally, for example, if you are creating a model which has 10 man days of work, and using this AI tool set, it has at least reduced 3 man days of work for us. So the initial, it's giving a basic shape of that particular model. So you have to just go in there and start detailing it. So at least it is saving 3 to 4 days. So, we were able to increase our productivity by 30%.
Fascinating.
So, through this kind of AI models, it is really, really very helpful. And I'm very sure in the near future, we will be able to still furthermore, push it hard, and probably, increase up to 50% of productivity. That is coming up, and we are doing a lot of tools integration into it as we speak.
And you mentioned you have a research team that is actively sort of pursuing that goal.
Yes,
Fascinating.
yes. So Tippett has a small research team as well. So we have clubbed both our teams together.
Okay, nice.
We are working on some interesting,
Fascinating, fascinating. I mean, moving from really the body of specialization and the use of AI, wanted to sort of understand the aspect relating to the expansion, the global expansion that you're planning. We've had the fortune of working with some of your team members. We can see the aggression with which they are sort of looking at specific markets and countries. Which markets are you most excited about that you're sort of wanting to expand into?
China is a very interesting market,
Okay.
So that's the reason we recently expanded to China. And Europe is something very interesting, and we are looking at Europe next. Probably, we will be expanding Phantom in the European market very soon.
And
Apart
then you
from that,
mentioned Australia is already something that you've expanded into.
we are working with a lot of Australian clients already.
Okay.
And Australia is coming up with a very interesting tax credit system as well. So, a lot of production houses are interested to work with an Australian firm. So that is something, in the far future we are looking at. But immediately we are looking at the European and Chinese expansion.
One of the things that we have actually seen in the last few months is that there are some of these industries and the film commissions there are super aggressively sort of rolling out new incentive structures. And so the whole
Yes.
picture is changing. We recently also detected a big push in Germany, for instance, and a few other European markets. And that clearly explains your sort of focus then.
Of course, of course, of course. So that's the reason we wanted to expand ourselves into Europe because the tax credit system is good and almost all the production houses are willing to, move their assets there. So we might be able to pull in more business when we concentrate more on Europe. So that is one very important reason we are trying to have our presence in Europe.
Understood. And then in some of these experiences, as you sort of expand into these markets, what's the most ideal project that typically, you would look at? Is it feature? Is it, sort of episodic content? What's the most sort of exciting aspect to launch a new country?
Well, anything that is interesting and creative and passionate enough for us is we don't have a specific set of requirements
Okay. Okay.
or interest to work on. Anything that is creative is welcome for us. So we are also working on a lot of game cinematics and other stuff like ride films and all. So it's clearly the passion that we want to accelerate here, and we don't have any restriction at all. So any projects that is creative enough for Phantom and Tippet to step in, we are definitely on it.
Fascinating. Fascinating. And Vijay, one aspect was really about 700 people now, growing set of offices. So there is a lot of pressure on leadership, on culture, training, just great work every single project. I'm sure you sort of see as the company continues to grow. I talked to a little bit about just that as entire sort of effort and that entire set of initiative, right? How do you get folks who are super passionate but yet keen to learn and deliver their best?
No, I would say, in my this 14 years of running the company, I have seen artists are getting inspired by the leaders. They are looking at their leaders first. So, it can be their team lead, it can be their supervisors, it can be their managers. So, everything has to start from me is what I believe. So, if I want something to happen in such a way, first I have to lead by example. So, I have personally, I've been working on shorts and I've been working on all this creative stuff. Even in a year before I was working. Only the last year it's been too busy. I was not able to concentrate. But most of the time I will be I even do set up template for shorts and all. But nowadays at least I do QZ on shorts.
Okay.
I at least
Wow.
would like to see the final deliveries before it goes off, as a lineup, so
Wow.
that I make sure that the quality, is intact. So if you are passionate, and I believe that your team will follow you, your team is looking up at you, and they are, following everything that you do, and the way I talk to clients, the way I talk to my, fellow colleagues here,
Right.
they just look at me and they imitate it. So, if I am doing it right, and, my team will do it right. So that is the way I'm creating that aura around. So people follow it. So over the period, we have done the same. We have an amazing, second, third level leadership team. And, even when I recruit new people, I personally look into them before recruiting, make sure that they can be very good with technical abilities. They can be very good with the managerial skills and stuff, but I want them to be a very good fit with the culture of the company. Otherwise, the whole system that I have built here will be spoiled. So I'm very keen on recruiting people when it comes to. So that is the way our HR department functions, and we have a dedicated training division. So from the very first day, we insist and we ingest our cultural uniqueness to our employees who is coming in, to respect each other, to respect others' time, respect the time in your office, to have that passion towards the work. Other than teaching them on a lot of filmmaking and other skill sets.
Okay.
Because I believe visual effects is a pure filmmaking process as and different out of filmmaking, and you should be a good filmmaker to become a good visual effects artist.
Right.
You should know about cameras. You should know about how sound and editing works. People might think, I don't have anything to do with sound, but it has everything to do with sound actually.
Right.
Whatever you are creating, timing is very important. So whenever we work on an action sequence or any interesting action blocks, I ask my people to, create that sound by yourself, and, imagine that you are looking at that film as an audience, and will it excite you?
Right.
Give those foley effects in your mind. You used to do it from my mouth actually. When we work on a sound, see, this is the timing. So this timing is very important. So all the aspects of filmmaking is very important when it comes to a visual effects artist. So we are trying to teach everything related to a filmmaking process to our artists. So that is very important when it comes to creating the craft of visual effects. So we are trying very hard and pushing things in a very cultural level across the units. So whatever we are doing here, we are trying to do the same in our other offices across India, and also now across the world. We are trying to do the same. And if there is something good that the other offices are following, we are trying to implement it here. So we are all open to suggestions. Anything that comes our way, which is good, we won't hesitate to pick it up.
Fascinating. And look, I mean, again, our team and all the interactions that we've had, that came across very clearly, just in terms of both the passion, the sincerity, as well as the sheer amount of hard work and push. So again, we've experienced that on our side. So I was actually wanting to ask you the cultural question, because we've seen that this is very different from some of the other companies that we deal with. Again, we deal with everyone within the ecosystem. So every time we see that, there is definitely curiosity on what's driving that.
Everybody owns their responsibilities here, and everybody are truly passionate to grow Phantom to next level. So, and one thing is, like, I don't step into their shoes. I was doing it in the very initial stages. I was not very confident whether my team will be able to pull it off or not.
Right.
But the moment I stopped micromanaging them, the company started growing. So I allowed them to make mistakes. I allowed them to make mistakes and learn of it. And I'll be there all the time, backing them up. Whenever something goes wrong, they know that I will be there, behind them. I will be there to help them out. So in the last 4-5 years, my participation was very, very minimal in the growth of the whole organization. Yes, of course, I'm in towards the vision. I'm pushing the other things, but in the growth phase, of the team and expansion and everything, my leadership team and my whole team is taking care of the whole growth. I allow them to do things, so they have that responsibility and they own it.
Right.
So now it is evident from the growth of the company, why it is very important, and I'm happy I did it in the right time and figured it out. Now, I'm in every meetings, I insist my team to do the same. Grow your team and you will grow automatically.
Fascinating. Since we are talking about the company, I had two quick questions about the company as well. You know, uh, it's very rare for a VFX company to actually go public. And I'm sure so that itself is a little bit of a uh, a difference just in terms of the structure of the company. The other aspect is that the moment you go public, there are all kinds of other responsibilities, right? Specifically quarterly results. Talk a little bit about how that happened. How did you take the company public? And second is that how has it changed Phantom FX in terms of financial discipline or reporting quarterly numbers? And I was super curious about that coming into this meeting.
Yeah, I know. Phantom always wanted to, expand into the global market and be a global leader. Right. The vision is to become a global, media group and a global leader in the industry. So for that, we needed definitely financial backing and stability for the company. And I was looking at private equity investment partners as well. But that I felt, there will be a lot of freedom is not there,
That's right.
because, when private equity funders comes in, they will be coming into our managerial decisions and stopping us from doing certain things.
That's right.
And I felt, being a public limited company, of course, the responsibilities in other verticals of business is definitely going to be very, very high. But when it comes to the power and control or the organization, it still remains the same. And I'm allowed to do anything I would like to do in terms of the growth of the company.
Right.
I think that actually helped me out in this growth phase in the last 3 years. You won't believe before going public, I had an offer to sell the company for 150 crores.
Wow.
But the thought that came across my mind is like I don't have anything to do with that with such a money, and that is not why I wanted Phantom to grow big.
Right.
So I
Right.
decided to push it harder, and now we are valued around 600 crores, and we are still growing.
Wow.
When we became public, I gave a lot of shares for my core team people, so now everybody are benefiting out of it. During the tough times also, I felt the value of being a public limited company. Banks respect us a lot, and there are so many leverages when you are a public company.
That's right. That's right.
We took advantage of it, and we are taking advantage of it till now. And it is going to help us out big time in our upcoming acquisitions and expansions. So
Right.
being a public limited has its our own perks. At the same time, we are under constant pressure on doing great business and showing good results. That is something that I willingly took it upon my shoulders, and I'm happy doing it. Not a problem.
Fascinating. Again, very rare to sort of see a VFX company go public. So I was very curious about that part. My last question, Bijoy, is going to be a slightly complex one. There are lots of forces currently on the industry, right? There is some economic pressure, production financing is under stress. But on the other side, you've got all this automation, Gen AI, generative AI coming up, gaming engines. So VFX is changing very rapidly. The question was, how do you see the industry changing over the next couple of years? And the other aspect is that how should Phantom FX then change, as the industry continues to change? I really want to know your thoughts about just both of these two aspects, which are under so much pressure right now within the industry.
Cool. So, general assumption is, the AI is going to completely take over the filmmaking process or visual effects or whatever. But what I'm seeing is when the era of computers started, in the 90s, everybody were afraid that, all the jobs are going to be taken away from them.
That's right.
Everybody thought, computers are going to completely, overrule them. But instead, computers added value to our human efforts. It appreciated whatever we were doing before, and we grow in a very rapid phase. And including computers in our day-to-day life had changed the way we were living before, right?
That's
Now it is like computers has completely helped us grow to this level. So I think AI is such an evolution right now happening. Of course, the era of filmmaking is still going to be in a growth phase, and no AI can replace creativity is what I can see as of now. Yeah, if you would have closely were following what AI is creating, it is getting inspired from the existing footages and creating certain things, and we were able to implement AI into our pipeline and get the productivity up.
Right.
Actually,
Right.
so it is really going to, for example, if there are 1,000 films released in the last year, it's going to be 1,500 films from here on. Using AI into our pipeline, it is going to definitely
Interesting.
help grow, but it is not going to completely take away anybody's job. Of course, there are certain tasks that will be taken over. When we transform from the films to the digital films,
Right.
the jobs like negative development and all those things, it gone
That's
out.
right. That's right.
So there are certain tasks and jobs that will be taken over by AI for sure. But the highly creative stuff, whatever we need to do as filmmakers, that will still remain the same. And AI is definitely going to be very helpful in terms of a tool. So it is like it makes you a better artist. It is just a brush that makes you a better artist. It doesn't mean that having a great brush is going to make you an artist. An artist is an artist, and it is just a tool that it is going to help you out to probably draw it faster. So that is how I see AI right now, and that is what is happening as we speak. From what I see, filmmaking process cannot be replaced by an AI tool, because you can put together a lot of stock footages and make a story out of it, but it will not be convincing, right? So AI is creating such stock footages as of now. It is not in a complete, what do you say, a successful outcome of filmmaking has not been yet achieved. And I'm not seeing that happening any sooner, because, a film contains a lot of things, and it has to have that emotions, the timing, and all those stuff. It really, it is not going to be that way. So, creating pages through prompts is definitely, not going to make the great films that you want to look into. Of course, it is going to help us out in certain ways and reduce certain areas, efforts that we are putting, but it is not going to completely replace for sure. Because we are, hands-on in AI in the latest models we are working on. We are developing our own stuff here. From what I see, it is definitely going to be a game changer for sure, but it is not going to take away anybody's job or anybody's, industry. So
Got it. Got it.
as any other industry, it is going to be a helpful tool, and it is going to help us out, in our future, and to shape the future better.
No, that's great to understand. And again, just in terms of how you're thinking about the growth of the technology as well as the impact on the business.
Well, one thing is technology is always evolving, right? What we had 100 years before is not now. It's not there. So, every 100 years, there is a huge technological growth. And so the only thing we will be able to grow is to evolve with it, to adapt the latest technology and evolve with it. You cannot say no to any technological development, because if you don't adapt it, you will be, left alone in the race. So, you have to cope up with the technology, you have to evolve with it. And once you start evolving with it, find it difficult to move it to the next phase.
Fascinating, fascinating. Look, I mean, again, I know you've got a big plan to actually sort of expand into new countries, new markets. This has been a very fun conversation, Bijoy. Both
Sure.
in terms of your beginnings with the Jurassic Park inspiration, your recent acquisition of Creatures Hot Shop that actually specializes in that. And then also the whole drive to sort of expand into new markets, new territories. This is a great time to sort of be doing that. On behalf of everybody at Vitrina and our entire network, I want to sort of thank you for your time and wish you all the very best for your expansion.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here today. And pardon me, I'm not in a very good shape today. Otherwise, I could have made this conversation in a very better way.
No,
Thank you.
I know you've been a little under the weather, but thanks for making the time. And one of the things that we will actually do is, as we sort of get requests to connect with you and your team, we would actually sort of make that facilitation right away.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you, Atul. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.